Glooga Dualies are one of the most interesting weapons in the Splatoon series. They aren't the most visually appealing, but they apply a lot of pressure. So let's dive in and find out what makes the Glooga Dualies one of the best dualies out there. Dualies were introduced in Splatoon 2 as one of the newest weapon classes along with Brellas. They quickly became a fan favorite due to their unique playstyle, which focuses on mobility and evasion. Dualies allow players to perform a quick dodge roll, which can be used to avoid incoming attacks. This ability gives the dualie user an advantage in close-range combat, allowing them to quickly evade attacks and counter with a flurry of shots. The Glooga Dualies' main gimmick is when you are in shooter mode, you kill in 4 shots, but in turret mode, you kill in 2. They fire slightly slower than the regular dualies and have slightly less mobility than the regular dualies, making them incredibly lethal in the hands of a skilled player. The Glooga Dualies have excellent accuracy, allowing them for almost perfect aim. But what really sets the Glooga Dualies apart from other dualies is their unique playstyle. They can play aggressively but also defensively. It all matters on what's going on in the game and what you prefer in certain situations. Dodge rolls are an essential skill to master when using the Glooga Dualies, or any dualies in fact. These weapons excel in mid-range combat, but can struggle at close range if not used properly. That's where dodge rolls come in. By dodging at the right time, you can avoid an opponent's attack and getting close for devastating shots with your Glooga Dualies. To perform a dodge roll, simply press the B button while moving and shooting in any direction. This will cause your character to quickly dodge in that direction, allowing you to dodge incoming attacks. Not only can dodge rolls help you avoid attacks, but they can also be used offensively. By dodging towards an opponent, you close the gap between you and the opponent. However, it's important to use dodge rolls sparingly. Overusing them can leave you vulnerable to counterattack, so it's best to use them strategically. The addition of the Glooga Dualies to the dualie class brought a new level of power and versatility to the game. With their long-range accuracy, they quickly became a top pick. The kits in Splatoon 2 were rocky at the start, but gradually got better over time. The vanilla kit didn't see any use because the synergy with the weapon wasn't that great. The only thing that somewhat worked was the inkjet, but that's about it. The Deco kit was a step in the right direction with wall and baller. The wall was great because the distance you threw the wall was just slightly further than the dodge roll with the Glooga Dualies. At the time, baller was great because you could go in, explode your baller, and then dodge roll away and place a wall to stay in that area for longer, applying even more pressure than before. Now, the Kensa kit was the most broken kit out of all of the kits, with Fizzy Bomb and Ink Armor. Do I even need to explain why this is broken? Well, for starters, if you stack just 1 main and 3 subs, you could throw 2 Fizzy Bombs, pop Ink Armor, and then throw another 2 Fizzy Bombs, and you'll have extra HP. That is just insane. Going into Splatoon 3, Squid Rolls were introduced. Basically a dodge roll, but for any weapon. This means you can squid roll, then dodge roll with the Gloogas, which gives you 3 dodge rolls. This is really beneficial for Gloogas because they get extra mobility, which Gloogas really needed. The kit Glooga got is Splash Wall and Booyah Bomb, basically Kenta 52, but on a dualie. Wall again allows for protection, extra survivability if placed correctly, and Booyah Bomb for displacement, and again, extra survivability, which both work well with Gloogas, as seen with the Glooga's Deco kit in Splatoon 2 until Baller got nerfed. As for new kits, we will have to wait for Deco to come out. But what I would like to see is Fizzy Bomb and Big Bubbler. With the Big Bubbler, you can play aggressively while staying alive for longer and applying more pressure to your opponents. And with a devastating 2-shot, I think this would work well. The only issue I see with the special is getting in the first place and setting up the bubbler, but that's when the Fizzy Bomb comes in. The Fizzy Bomb can paint for your special and help you take space and can do chip damage on your opponents, which if executed right, you could one-shot them with Glooga Dualies and kill them. The Glooga Dualies' future seems quite promising, with more and more comp players picking up the weapon and testing its waters. As seen in last month's paddling pool, Cool 8 Killers ran a quad wall comp and stole 1 set, which is quite impressive. I hope Glooga Dualies gets the kits it deserves, and that more people play it because it's really fun and quite powerful. Overall, Gloogas had a rocky start at first, but gradually became better and better. There were a few balance patches that aren't that significant, like ink efficiency and slightly higher range after performing a dodge roll. The overall trend for the Gloogas is upwards, and the devs should look at other weapons like Dynamo Roller and see what they can do to make that weapon better without making it Splatoon 1 broken.